Yo! As promised, here's a new series we're calling Media Minutes, where we feature a news pro that shares a bit about what they do every day and how they interact with public safety in the field. The intended audiences are public information officers, otherwise known as the PIO.
Hey ho, disaster fans, I'm Kevin Sir, otherwise known as @Rusnivek. This week, I'm in Indianapolis. We're teaching basic PIO, the FEMA course. What's going on? I'm here with
Elyna-NilesCarnes.
And what do you do?
I am a freelance producer with Good Morning America.
That's awesome. So hearing some of your perspectives on the national level might be kind of interesting for you folks out there. So first off, is this something that you were born to do? Like you always wanted to be a reporter?
Yes.
Oh.
Honestly, it started when I was in 8th grade. We had a meteorologist come into class, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be a meteorologist. And then I started taking some science classes, and I was like, okay, never mind. But I knew I always, well, because of the math, but I knew I always wanted to be in journalism and some kind of news because I love digging, I love researching, and I love the adrenaline and the spontaneous day-to-day operations.
And no day is alike. I'm assuming every day is different?
Every day is different. Every day you have to, there's always a newscast. There's always a newscast, and you always have to fill. But every shooting's different. I mean, yes, sometimes it follows certain formulas, but every shooting's different. Every incident is different. We have horrible breaking news. I mean, I work in Florida, so we have news in Florida.
Yes, indeed. So in all this, when you go to the scenes, being from the national side, what's one trait of a PIO that you like to see? Because there's so many other PIOs. What's one trait that you like about the PIOs?
How open and willing to give information they are. Like I understand it's a breaking news situation. Here's what I know right now. Okay, I will take it. And I may ask you questions that you don't know the answer to, but if you're forthcoming and you say, I'm working to get info, or I will get back to you on that, then we can start building a friendship, a relationship, and and I'll bug you later. I'll ask you questions. I mean, that's really what we do. We bug you guys. We have a job to do, just the way you guys have a job to do. So I just really try and find ways to get that information out of you and as quickly as possible, because we have to get it on air, on Facebook, on Twitter.
So that being said, about the good trait, what's one trait that you don't like? Like what's one trait that you hate about PIOs?
It goes along with not being available for information.
So if I don't answer my phone, you're already mad at me and things? Is that how it goes?
I'm mad at you. I will find a way to get the info. If I do not get it from the public information officer, which is your job, I will find it from other people. Either the people on the scene, I will make friends with another officer, another firefighter, whoever. I mean, it's not like I'm going to take their word as the fact, but I will get that info and then I will try and confirm it with you later. The thing is, answer your phone or text me or say, hey, I'm not going to talk to you one-on-one, but I'm doing a news conference. That way we can all bombard you with questions. I know it's not the most pleasing thing, but at least we're all there in the same situation and we can ask you all at the same time.
Yikes.
Then hopefully you're not repeating yourself too much.
Indeed. Well, making sure we get you the right information at the right time to the right people to make good decisions is super important. Mm-hmm. That being said, once you're on scene, what are two things that you expect that every PIO should be able to provide to you? You show up on scene 3 o'clock in the morning, there's a lot going on, it's a challenging time. What are two specific things that you want the PIO to give to you on scene?
Well, I mean, the basics. Who, what, where, when, because we're always going to know like what happened, but say it to me as a person, as a human. Don't sound robotic. And the second thing that I do is I will sometimes ask for victim information. Hey, what is different about this case? What is something that is this something that you experience every day? No? Okay, why not? Because then that's when we start getting out the human side of you. Or you say, hey, this is a teachable moment, like if we're at a house fire and we found out that the kid was playing with matches. Maybe later the parents would talk about, we could do an on-camera interview and have the parents talk. So building a relationship where the PIO almost sometimes works as a liaison between the media and victim and subject.
Nice. That liaison relationship is super important no matter what scene you're on and no matter what jurisdiction or agency that you represent. So that's pretty interesting. So we normally like to close out some of the interviews with our reporters and ask them a few questions about what's going on in life and what's happening. So we have a whole line of questions to ask you. So are you ready for the line of rapid fire questions?
I'll try.
All right, here we go. So, are you an email or tweet kind of gal?
Email.
An email, especially in the world of rapid fire social media, you are email?
Email, because that is always open. I have Twitter open, TweetDeck, and I only have it maybe set up for certain people. But Twitter is open with 400, 500 other tabs. And if it's breaking, and I guess if it's breaking, I would look at Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a normal day-to-day press release of, hey, this is what's going on, email.
Okay, all right, interesting. What about Facebook, MySpace, Friendster, AOL Instant Messenger, and ICQ?
Facebook.
All right, Facebook it is. What about Tweet or Snap?
Tweet.
Not a Snapchat gal?
No, Snapchat's personal. I still have not seen the effectiveness of using Snap on a work platform, a PIO work relationship.
Neither have I, so just FYI. All right, so DM or text?
Again, I don't think anyone should be sliding into my DMs, so I will take a text.
Got it, roger that. Emoji or meme?
I think it depends on the person, but I think meme. I think meme because it's more personal. And it's funny. It gives you a chance to banter back and forth and build that relationship where you're not just a talking head and I'm not just a reporter. We have a relationship and we can have fun with each other in a professional way.
Of course. How about meme versus GIF?
Oh, GIF.
Ooh.
GIF.
Is your GIF game strong?
Oh,
Not a GIF, it's a GIF. Is your GIF game strong?
Yes, it is.
All right, roger that. I'm going to judge that later on.
Yes.
All right, so what about polished or gritty?
Again, I think it depends on the situation. I think in the climate that we're in, gritty. I think gritty because it depends on the situation. If it's breaking news, people want to see what's happening. They want to know that it's raw, it's happening. Oh, that's a weird shot, but they don't care. They just want the information. They just want the facts. Now, when it comes more of a traditional newscast, polished.
Of course, right. So the delivery, the smoothness of it.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But I say grit.
Okay. All right, beer 30 or wine o'clock?
Beer 30.
Oh, man, good stuff. Phone call or text message?
Phone.
Ooh, I'm not a phone.
Text is so impersonal.
I kind of like text messages. I'm not going to lie to you.
I have too many questions.
Oh, man. I don't want to.
And I don't want to rapid fire. I think text opens up interpretation for inaccuracies.
Actually, you're probably right on that side. People interpret and digest information totally different, so you're probably right on that side.
I know something I do with phone calls. If you give me a bunch of information, I'm writing it down.
Of course.
I repeat it back.
Oh.
Or I will stop you in mid-sentence and be like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but did you just say this? Did you just say that? Because that's how I ensure that I'm accurate. And then I want to no one intentionally makes the facts wrong, or at least I don't think so. So that way we're both covering each other and making sure we're correct.
Interesting. So verification of information. I kind of dig that. All right. So, and finally, to kind of close this all out, what would be your favorite hashtag?
Oh,
I'm judging right now. I'm just letting you know.
I don't have any favorite hashtags.
They are now judging you right now on your favorite hashtag.
Well, it's because I always use a GIF.
Not GIF, not GIF, not GIF. GIF.
I always use a GIF. No, honestly, I just use breaking.
Breaking?
Yeah, I use breaking because I feel like that is urgent and that gets the info out.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't pay, and a lot of times if a PIO is tweeting out a hashtag, I'm not paying attention to it. I'm paying attention to the message.
You're not paying attention to the hashtag? We spend a lot of time in crafting the right message and adding the hashtag to it too. Does it make a difference to you?
9 times out of 10, it's probably lame. It will be something like
I think
holiday travel, Thanksgiving holiday, like.
But those are important hashtags.
They might be, but why would I pay attention to that?
Oh man! All right.
Or why would the viewer pay attention to that? I want to pay attention to what you're saying. If there's a wreck, there you go. If it's a wreck related to Thanksgiving travel, I might care then. But otherwise, it's filler.
So it has to be the association
yes,
then.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're ruining characters. You're wasting characters.
Yeah, I don't like the waste characters, so I totally understand that. There's all kinds of things that we could talk about. We just want to provide a perspective from at least one media source, a national media source, on what goes on, I think probably in their minds as they talk about news, especially when dealing with us as public information officers. So I hope you folks had a fun time learning a lot of information from her. It's been a great week here in Indianapolis. We'll see you folks soon. See ya.